Senator Daines.
Chairman, thank you. I want to talk about the Bull Mountains coal mine. This is a mine near Roundup, Montana. It plays a crucial role in Montana's energy economy. The mine employs 250 people. These are high-paying jobs with good benefits, generates over $90 million a year in state, local, and federal taxes and revenues. It is the lifeblood of Muscle County. Unfortunately, these jobs are now at risk, and the life of the mine and the community it serves are in limbo. It's because of the checkerboard federal ownership in Montana, as well as this long wall mining process, this mine is running out of permitted coal and might be forced to close. And this is why I introduced Senate Bill 362. It's a targeted, short-term fix that allows the mining of very specific federal minerals to ensure that we have enough time to find a longer-term solution for the mine. This bill simply allows the mine to continue mining the same materials it has for decades under the same permit it's had for years. Last Congress, this committee passed this identical bill with a bipartisan vote. I want to thank my colleagues in this committee for working with me to make that happen, and I hope we can again pass this short-term fix so these workers in Montana can continue to provide for their families. Mining jobs saw a major hit in Montana over the last couple of years. The Bull Mountains mine recently had to lay off dozens of hardworking Montanans because they've run out of permitted coal. And recently, the Stillwater mine, the United States' only platinum and palladium mine, which is used in catalytic converters to keep our air clean, it recently laid off 700 Montanans. We can't afford the loss of any more jobs for these Montana miners. That's why we must pass this bill and get it on the President's desk. Mr. Summers, as the President of the Utah Mining Association, you understand how vital the mining industry is to building jobs, local communities, national security, tax revenues. In Montana, coal-fired plants provide the largest share of Montana's electricity generation, accounting for 45% of Montana's in-state generation. The coal industry not only supplies Americans with low-cost, reliable, and secure source of energy, it's called baseload power, but it also generates millions of dollars of federal, state, and local revenue per year and creating hundreds of very good-paying jobs in Montana. Mr. Summers, can you speak to the importance of supporting our coal jobs and ensuring that coal mines, like the Bull Mountains mine in Montana, continues to provide revenue for our states as well as our counties?
Absolutely. Thank you, Senator. Utah is very similar to Montana with regard to its coal industry. We also deal with checkerboard ownership. We deal with underground mines and the planning that has to go into that. And like Montana, the vast majority of our electricity is provided by coal-fired generation. I mentioned in my testimony that mining jobs on average in Utah pay about 46% more than the Utah average wage. But when you go into our coal-producing counties, that number can actually go over 100%. So in many of our coal-producing counties, especially in central Utah, coal mining companies are by far the largest private employer and provide very essential revenue, and not just for the direct mining jobs, but for all of the service jobs that go into those particular industries. And Utah in particular has, like Montana, has made a very concerted effort to ensure that our coal mines stay healthy and also that our coal-fired generation plants are preserved and are able to provide that essential baseload power so that we can continue to have the type of economic growth that we've become used to in Utah over the last number of years.
It's fascinating when you have conversations with technology leaders today. If you're chatting with whether it's Google or AWS, or Microsoft, and others, before we start talking about the technology, perhaps AI, the first conversation right now is the shortage of baseload power. It is the constraint for innovation here for our country long term, and grateful that we have baseload power, these coal-fired plants. Chairman Lee, I want to close by saying thanks for holding this hearing. I can't stress enough the importance of passing this bill, Senate Bill 362. It's been passed before this committee, ensuring that the Roundup and the Muscle Shale community isn't left behind because of federal inaction. The federal government's been slow rolling this. This is a short-term fix to allow the processes to finally become completed for a long-term solution. This will allow enough time for the Trump administration to finalize a new permit, for Congress to pass legislation like my Crow Revenue Act to bring long-term economic certainty for the workers, Muscle Shale County, as well as the Crow Reservation and the Crow Nation. Mr. Chairman, thank you.